Hey guys, my name is Levi Gates, and in this FAQ video, we are going to be discussing the different types of edges on a microfiber towel. All right, so we've all been wondering, we've all been asking ourselves different questions. What is the difference between an edge towel or an edgeless towel? What does a suede edge do? What does an overlock stitch edge do? What does a satin edge do? Well, these are all the different questions that people have been asking themselves as long as they've been using, well, any type of microfiber towel. And the reason is, well, we have to bind the fabric at some point. So in all seriousness, microfiber towels, based on their weave, some actually tend to be designed to be able to work while being edgeless. Other towels cannot be edgeless. They just inherently can't because they'll fall apart. So on towels like a twist loop, you will notice that on all twist loop towels have a edge, whether it be an overlock stitch edge, whether it be a folded edge, whether it be a suede banded edge. So in the old days, when microfiber towels were first being made, the easiest edge to do was what's known as a overlock stitch edge. It was the cheapest, it was the easiest, it was the fastest way to band a towel and after it was cut. This way you didn't have a lot of lint separation or anything like that. And this kind of became the industry standard. Now there's different types of edges. You'll notice that some are what are known as a 4-corner zip stitch. That's where the towel comes together, right? The edges of every single towel come together. Well, that's actually a very inexpensive way of doing an edge. A more expensive way, or more premium version of doing an edge, is to do what we call a single corner zip stitch. That's where this edge goes all the way around the towel in one continuous line. This way, there's only one failure point instead of 4. And you'll notice that on all of our Rag Company towels are a single corner zip stitch. We just feel it's a much stronger, much easier, and a nicer way to finish a towel off. Now, the nice thing about a zip stitch, like again, very simple, very easy to use, but in ours, they actually use microfiber thread. So it's very safe, it's very effective, it's not gonna harm or hurt any of your paintwork or any surfaces that you're trying to clean. So there's nothing to fear. Now, as people started figuring out about microfiber, people thought, how do we make it better? How do we make it nicer? How do we make it fancier or plusher? Well, they went to satin, because again, trying to keep safety on the table. They want to make sure that the towel feels soft, feels nice, and you're already paying a premium over cotton. So what can we do to make it feel more premium? Well, that's when they added a satin banded edge to a number of towels. And while there is nothing wrong with satin, it's actually not very absorbent. So these would actually leave little snail trails of wetness on the surface of whatever you're wiping, especially if the towel became too wet. So we decided we need to find another type of material. And at the same time, edgeless technology came out. Now, on towels like this is what is commonly referred to as a ultrasonically cut edge. That means it's a cutting device that, if going too slow, it will actually cause a towel to lint. If it goes too fast, it can actually melt the edges of the towel. So it needs a perfect right in between, like a Goldilocks style temperature, so that it doesn't cause an inordinate amount of linting. It has to go slow enough that it can kind of almost cauterize that cut. Now, with ultrasonically cut edges, sometimes there can be linting, sometimes there can be crispy, hard edges. And that is not always the safest bet when you're working with soft clear coats or delicate paint surfaces. You don't want a crunchy edge. So one of the things we do here at the Rag Company is quality control a lot of the towels to make sure that we don't have any of those rough, crunchy edges. Now, on pearl weaves and other types of towels, we can go ultrasonic. We can go ultrasonic with a terry weave. We can also go ultrasonic with any of our pearl weaves and any of our circular knit weaves. Now, circular knit weaves we used to do ultrasonically. However, because of the long fibers, it was much more difficult to hit that kind of Goldilocks temperature in which you're able to get them just right. Now, there's an old style that came back to become a new style. It's called a knife cut. Our eagle towels, or our circular knit weaves, are what are referred to as a knife cut edge. And what that is a very, very sharp knife that slices the towels And what this does is it provides a perfect cut, as well as the ability to provide and finish that edge so we don't have as much linting or open wounds, as we like to say. We're able to create a very nice soft edge that doesn't have any chunky burned ends on it anymore. And we have a very soft towel, allowing the towel to become more premium. Now, back to figuring out the satin dilemma. How do we get something more absorbent? Well, we had a fabric. It's basically a suede. So what if we took this suede that was absorbent, we put it into a towel, and we turned that into our edge? Now we have a 70-30 blended suede edge that is also absorbent. And in terms of some glass towels like the FTW, it's actually a workable edge. That means you can scrub with it. That means you can get into those tight little corners in your glass. It actually now works for you. So now on the leading and trailing edges, we have an absorbent surface. So we don't have any more of the snail trails. So you'll notice many of our towels have that 70-30 butter soft suede edge added to a lot of our premium towels. So that takes us to hemmed edges. Well, this is quite simply the easiest way, right? It's the safest way because it is full microfiber. And what it's done is we've taken it, folded it over, and hemmed it, sewn it shut. They've added a little bit of material in here just to add a little bit of a border to it, so that way you can feel when you've reached the edge of the towel. But for all intents and purposes, it's very safe, it's very effective, and it's very absorbent. So again, your leading and trailing edges have more absorbency. So therefore our suedes and these hemmed edge have more absorbency than the old satin edges or the overlock stitched edges, thereby making that towel more productive, meaning every square inch of that surface, similar to the edgeless towels, is now being workable. And that's it. Now you know the differences in the edges. You've got your overlock stitched edge, you've got your satin edge, you've got your ultrasonically cut edge, your knife cut edge, your suede banded edge, and your hemmed edge. If you have any more questions, make sure you put them in the comments below. And as always, guys, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next Rag Company FAQ video. Thanks for watching.